Welcome.
Attention, please.
Welcome aboard.
Welcome to the No Comfort Zone podcast. It's time to get out of your comfort zone and live on purpose. Broadcasting to the world from Rockford, Illinois. This is your wake-up call.
Warning.
You are the solutions to all your problems. Stop thinking average. Become the hero version of yourself. Every day, every time, without fail, no exceptions. It all matters. You've entered the No Comfort Zone. It's time for a reality check.
In the book on closing, one of the first chapters, I talk about there's 4 different types of people that are in a sales organization. And why this is important to you? This is important to you because if you're trying to go after your goals and your dreams, if you're literally working towards the hero version of yourself, what you need to really start focusing on is what type of salesperson you are, even if you don't think you're in sales. Because let's face it, either you're selling yourself, your products, your goods, your services, you're selling your ideas, or you're being sold somebody else's products, ideas, or services. So when it comes to your goals, I think and strongly believe that you need to become proactive and start persuading yourself, start persuading the people around you to support and help you so that you can achieve your goals. And in the book on closing, in one of the chapters, I discuss there's 4 different types of people that are in any sales organization. And here they are. From the book on closing. Number 1, an employee. An employee is a person who's going to be punching in and punching out. They do the task at hand. They do what they're supposed to do when they're supposed to do it. It's a very reactive place to be. The phone rings, they answer it. A customer walks in, they stand up, they go greet the customer. It's a difficult place to be because there's not a lot of productivity that's being done. There's not a lot of activity that's being done. You could be very well and very good at your position, but in the end, an employee is just somebody who's punching the clock in, punching out, and just getting by. And their income indicates it. An employee is going to be average at best. They can't get past average because they're definitely reactive. The next stage is going to be an order taker. An order taker, as like the employee, punches in and punches out. Very people-pleasing, and you know the type. They want to make their manager happy. They want to make their salespeople happy around them, their coworkers. They want to give customers everything and make sure the customer has the best experience ever with no care for profit, no care for boundaries. And basically, this type of person, the order taker, literally provides the customer with all the information and is very difficult in asking for the sale. They don't have the vocabulary, or more importantly, if they do have the vocabulary, or if they know they're supposed to, they don't want to offend anybody by asking them or pressuring them into making a decision. I was this person for the majority of my career as a salesperson. That's being really transparent and being very upfront with you, is I realized that I would work long and hard and I would make a little bit above average wages, but in the end, I didn't do very well, and because I was trying to please everybody. And that, my friends, does not work. Then there's the third type, and that's a salesperson. And I'm happy to say that I spent another part of my career as a salesperson, but it really wasn't the majority because it took 12 years of being in sales. I realized that 7 years I was a people pleaser or an order taker. Now, the next one, for the next 5 years of my career, I've decided that I wanted to be a salesperson. And by definition, a salesperson is very proactive. They go after the goals. Their goals might be one-dimensional, meaning I want to make the money, I want to earn the watch, I want to get the house. I'm doing these things because I'm going to trade my time for money, and in the end, I'm going to produce a result, and I'm going to have a nice level of income because I'm goal-driven. And in this type of category, it's difficult because when the market's riding high, you can do really well. When the market's riding low, you're average. You're still doing the things you need to. You're more proactive than the other two, than the employee or the order taker. But the fact is that you're still playing to the market. You're still goal-driven. But where you're really going with this is that you hit sales objectives, and that's about it. Still a good place to be, and you can earn, a six-figure income being in this level, being a salesperson, and it's a great compliment to be called a salesperson. But where everything changes, and I've spoke about this in seminars, as I've obviously written about this in the book on closing. There's another area, and that's a person who time's irrelevant, productivity, activities, being proactive, all of this revolves around one thing. A closer's responsibility is to solve problems and change the reality for the people around them, their managers, their coworkers, customers alike, and they live on a different level. They're on a different plane. Closers are the people that make things happen for everybody else, their customers, the other employees, and their managers. A closer's lifestyle is a lot different. A closer finds happiness in solving problems. A closer is 100% accountable to himself. They don't look for the market to dictate. They don't look for other people to help them along the way. A closer is just a completely different mindset. A closer is the person who wakes up early, stays late, but everything that they do has purpose or intention. I've spent a couple of years, and I mean a couple of years in this category as a professional salesperson, but in the closer mentality, which meant I didn't care about the market. I worked less hours than other people and produced higher results because it was more purpose-driven, problem-solving. The end result is to win. I hold myself accountable. I'm not a victim, and I'm not going to be a failure. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to win at every level at every point in the sales transaction. Why is this important to you? When it comes to your personal goals, your professional goals, your relationship goals, your financial goals, your spiritual goals, you have to have the closer mindset. You have to be 100% held accountable to your goals. You have to realize that it's a zero-sum game, that you are either going to win or you're going to lose. Now, there's people in the therapy world that say that's a very dangerous place to be, but when you put it all on the line and you get outside of your comfort zone and start going after your goals on purpose, with passion, what ends up happening is you become a closer. The world starts to then open up to you and provide opportunities for you to close bigger and better things. And if you've been listening to my podcast for some time, and if you work with me, you understand this mentality. You know you have to get to the end result. And the only way that end result is going to be a victory is with you being present, being in the moment, but focusing on solving the problems that are immediately in front of you with an end result of, I want to win. I hope that makes a ton of sense to you. And I thought I would bring that up because I can always say this. You know what? Yeah, I have authored a book. The book is called The Book on Closing. So yeah, I wrote the book on closing, and I hope this helps and serves you. And you have to decide right now what it is you want to be. Do you want to be an employee, punching in, punching out with your life, where a lot of you are at, below average? Do you want to be an order taker? That's the people pleaser. That's the person that's not really contributing too much, just getting by, making an okay living, and everything's fine. Sometimes playing the role of a victim, definitely still reactive to the market, to your customers, to your managers, to your spouse, to everything else that you have. You're just reactive. Then there's a salesperson. That's a great place to be, but the best place to be is going to be a closer. Change the reality for yourself, change the reality for the people around you, start solving problems on a big level, and watch what happens. The universe will provide. It is time for you to get out of your comfort zone, become a closer, and live on purpose.
Say goodbye.
Want more of the No Comfort Zone? You can follow Dan on Instagram and Twitter at NoComfortZone1.
Bye.
Or on the web at thenocomfortzone.com.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to the No Comfort Zone podcast.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.